up, guys? My name's Malscaro.
My name's Dron Gaddis, coming at you with a lot of energy.
And we are the YaHallo podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest anime news, reviews, and waifus for Laifu.
You right?
How was your week, Dron?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Saw some Black Panther.
I saw it with you, so...
You know. Tell me, what'd you think about it, Joman?
I liked it.
It's pretty good.
I found the way.
They said it at the very end of the movie. It made me happy. What was the exact phrase that they used?
You know, I don't want to misquote it, but I think it's around we will show everyone our way.
No. It was it specifically said the way.
Is it the way?
He said the way.
Oh, I think it was we will show the way.
We will show you the way.
Yeah, show you the way.
Yeah, there we go.
That's how it went. But besides the meme,
yeah,
it was also a really good movie.
Yeah,
I recommend. I go 10 out of 10 Vibranium again.
With Vibranium again.
Exactly.
You're right. Alright, but this week we got a little subject going on here. We're going to talk about anime cliches. Because we're all familiar with them by now.
Now, when you think about it, when you think about it, there are a lot of anime cliches, right?
I mean, are there though?
I feel like there are. Because what defines a cliche? Because I'm going with from different character types, and then you got environmental settings, and then you got main character types, and then you got
But once you've watched 30 anime, they're all the same at that point.
I mean, are you watching fantasy shit every time?
No, but you can tell certain themes.
You can tell
when they start to happen.
Now, when we're talking about cliches, we're not necessarily saying that they're all bad.
I mean,
I'm not saying they're all bad. I don't know about you, Jerome.
I personally enjoy the cliches. I mean, the cliches are what in my opinion, make the anime. People can argue that sticking to cliches makes a medium bad or whatever. But
there's no originality or something like that.
It's part of it's almost part of the culture at this point.
No, you're right. You're right.
So it's if it's not there, sure. But if it is, it's just you know where you are. You know what it is.
Exactly. You're not lost.
Exactly. But
let's list off a few right now.
All right. Well, I looked up a little. Looked up anime cliches because I can't think on the spot. But so I'm looking at these. People are like, oh, I hate. All right. So a lot of them are annoying anime cliches that I hate. And I'm like, bro, half of this is what makes the show. And one of them is one of the first ones is characters with blushing cheeks.
Just general blushing cheeks?
Just general blushing cheeks. When they're something embarrassing happens, they start to blush. The red lines and the undershade, or just having just
a shade of
shade of red all the time. And I'm like, it's cute. What is negative about it? I mean, I guess if you're watching an anime that's serious and the character's blushing the whole time, I'm like, okay, I get it. But if you're watching an anime where it's cute, and it's supposed to be, lovey-dovey or something, and they're blushing, I'm like, are you stupid? This is adorable.
Maybe they don't like love.
Maybe they don't like love. Maybe they're just.
That is an odd one though. The blushing cheek thing. I didn't think that anyone would dislike that specifically.
Some people just cannot be pleased.
I mean, I guess some people. I guess I would expect the big eyes and thing, but I never thought actual blushing or what it was a. I didn't think that was a cliche.
I mean, because you don't notice it.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
think about it. Anytime you watch something like Ore Monogatari or Manga Sensei or
Hanagai
or
ReZero.
The characters usually have rosy cheeks all the time.
Yeah, it's a very subtle.
It's very subtle, but it's always there.
True.
Unless something weird's happening.
I mean, is that the cliche that he's talking about?
That's generally the cliche he's talking about.
Oh. I thought it was only when they were embarrassed, but just the general rosiness?
Just general rosiness.
Oh.
So I'm like,
It has a cute factor.
It adds the cute factor, or it lets you know.
I mean, look at Yozora from Hanagai. She even has a little rosiness right
Right, she has a little rosiness. She's bitchy, but she's rosiness and she's cute.
Exactly.
Leave it alone. Bam.
He doesn't like cute. That's probably
That's probably why he doesn't like cute. Another complaint is like the whole, you know how in shonen anime where they're like, oh, you know, our friendship will keep us stronger.
Like the monologuing?
Just, you know
the pick me up monologue?
Not necessarily just that, but like the whole,
what?
I'm stronger because of my friends, and now I can't die.
Ah.
Even if I'm killed.
You know, the first thing that comes up in my head is probably Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
When they had, like, you know, the little friendship circle at the end of their hands, and that like, tore apart any kind of dark duelist kind of thing.
Yeah, and I'm like, you know, friendship can only go so far. I get, like, you know, the whole love thing, you know, love is powerful, but, like, when you're getting sent to the shadow realm, you're not going to be like, oh, look at my hand, and like, no.
It says friendship.
No, you're not. You're in the shadow realm.
And they all draw the same card, where it's the one card that Yugi needs, because it's friendship, not luck, not coincidence. It's friendship.
No,
it's friendship.
False. There's no heart of the cards. You just got lucky every single time.
Or you rigged it.
He probably rigged it. There you go. We broke it. Yu-Gi-Oh's rigged the whole thing. That's why his name. That's why he's in the title of the anime. He rigged everything.
Yep.
See, in the last season of whatever Yu-Gi-Oh show they're gonna make after they're finished ruining it, Yugi's gonna reveal that he just orchestrated everything.
He is like the dark, like emperor or something, a dark pharaoh.
And then he's gonna give everyone the major suck because he's gonna send them all to the shadow realm.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And they'll show you your friendship power there.
Isn't Yu-Gi-Oh so technically a cliche?
I mean, the whole, like, card game thing is a cliche.
Is it a cliche? I thought it was more of a genre.
Well,
it's like for example, like Wixos. Wixos was a card.
Wixos?
Yeah, the anime Wixos. That was like card based.
I haven't seen Wixos.
Oh, well,
let me look it up real quick.
I think it's card based because I remember it has like a bunch of seasons already.
How do you spell that?
Wixxoss.
Selector Infected Wixos?
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
What is this noise? What? Oh, I might watch this. It's cute girls with cards. We might have something here.
I mean, it's supposed to be more towards the dark side of things too.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Like, it's not like, you know, happy-go-lucky card games, but it's more like it's kind of almost like it wants to touch on what Madoka wants to do, but not exactly going over what Madoka trying to do.
Madoka.
So we've got some. I mean, I think it's not. It's pretty like serious. That's what it is. It's a pretty serious card game.
But I mean, outside of, you know, the different spins people take on the card game genre, like usually when you watch an anime card game, you can expect like stupid hair.
Yeah. I
mean, that's a cliche in itself.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more towards like older anime though. I feel like more recent ones don't take that liberty as much.
Oh, I get
people realize that you're like, all right, we need to chill out. Yu-Gi-Oh was way too.
No, they're still doing it.
His hair didn't make sense.
They're still doing it now.
Not really.
With the current Yu-Gi-Oh series, look at it.
I'm talking about like real anime.
Oh, real anime. Yu-Gi-Oh's not real. Yu-Gi-Oh's not real.
I mean, it is, but it's not real to me.
Okay, you just probably hurt all of our Yu-Gi-Oh fans.
Yep. I certainly did. I'm sorry. When I mean not real anime, I mean it in the same respect as saying a person's not real because they're doing something stupid. It's not a real anime. That's what I mean.
You're just trying to
It's just dumb.
Ignore them.
It's just dumb. It's just incredibly dumb. I'm sorry. It's just really dumb.
I mean, after 5D, that's when things got weird.
But like 5Ds was interesting. I mean,
the motorcycle part.
The motorcycle part was cool. I mean, you know, again, cliches abound. You know, main character's the strongest. Well, the second one, second Yu-Gi-Oh broke that where he wasn't the strongest. He was just
average Joe.
Average Joe. No, he never lost.
He never lost, but he was still like low ranked apparently.
Yeah, but you see, I like if they showed it where a character lost. That'd be interesting. Like losing and growing, or like lost, and then he gets sent to the Shadow Realm, and he has to duel his way out after learning the secret ancient Egyptian card technique. I don't know.
Or he'll just burn in the Shadow Realm.
Just burn in the Shadow Realm. Either way.
It's like Ash. Like it's sort of like Ash from Pokemon. How he always loses. Usually, the main tournament.
Yeah, but that's because I actually have no idea why they made. Oh, it's because they don't want him to be league champion in any one place. They want him to keep traveling.
Oh,
I figure that's probably why. Because if he wins if he beats Elite Four and beats the champion, he has to stay there and be champion.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't think
people are gonna come and challenge him. He can't start traveling the world like he's not here. You gotta wait.
He wants to be a master of everything.
Exactly, master.
Well,
but going back to the whole, friendship makes us stronger. That's probably one of the most prominent cliches in most shonen anime. Because anyone that's watched like Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Z, or I guess they don't do it that much in Dragon Ball Z, but like
that was more just like screaming makes you.
There's a whole nother one. But Fairy Tail, Bleach, One Piece, mostly like the big three.
Yeah,
Naruto, where your guy will get possibly impaled, or something obviously that should have killed them, but he was like, no, my friend, I have to do it for my friends now. And then they, whatever.
I feel like you're referring to the Zabuza arc.
Huh?
I feel like you're referring to the Zabuza arc from Naruto, like the first mission he did.
Oh yeah, well that was in particular I was thinking of a scene in One Piece where, I guess it's spoilers. Not really. I'm not going to give too many details, but there was this character that could like transfer pain of others onto someone else.
That's cool.
And one of the main people from the pirate crew, like everyone had just gotten their ass beat, or like they were like in serious like near death conditions because of whatever just happened, and if they were left like that, they were gonna die because I guess the pain was so great or whatever. Mm-hmm. So the guy that was the least about to die said, "All right, I'm gonna take on all their pain." And the guy said, "Obviously, that's gonna kill you because if you take on the pain of death, you're gonna die."
Right.
He's like, "No, I believe in my friends." So he almost died, but he didn't. He was just stood there like whatever. I'm like, "No, you're dying. You're dead. You should be dead." And I guess it's cool to a point, but
if you want to take away from this, friendship is always powerful, much more powerful than any other force out there.
Unless you're in love with someone, and then you're on a whole nother fucking playing field.
That's true. That's true.
Ever watch High School DxD?
No.
He's fueled by pure lust.
Yeah, exactly.
And his love for the blonde and the redhead.
And the black-haired one?
No. That's lust. I guess you can argue both are lust. Yeah. But it's more... There's more love mixed in with those two than anyone else.
Which kind of transitions to another cliche. Ecchi's not really a cliche. Is it cliche now?
Well, okay.
Considered a cliche now?
So... And if you go to an ecchi anime,
okay,
it's titled ecchi, or not titled ecchi, but you see it in its genre.
Yeah, it's tagged in it.
Don't expect to see underwear or something. You're a fool. You're a damn fool. But one of the cliches, I guess, you could argue, are like panty shots in regular anime.
Okay, so that's non-ecchi anime.
Non-ecchi anime.
Okay.
So like an old one, Sayonara Zetsuko Sensei, or Goodbye Despair Sensei. One character in particular had a lot of panty shots, but the anime wasn't considered ecchi. I can't think of some shonen anime. Oh, recently. Well, I guess this is just fan service in general. But I've noticed like a lot of anime if they go on for a long time, they start to rely on fan service sometimes. For example, those that watch Fairy Tail, at first it was like, I noticed a lot of the characters have big boobs, but whatever. It's not like they're throwing them all over the place. 100 episodes later, like, goddamn, what happened?
Is Fairy Tail even? Is it based off of a manga or?
Yeah, it's based off manga.
You think it's probably like the same reason why like Full Metal or Naruto kind of did a bunch of like fillers. It's sort of just trying to keep up with it kept up with the source material and it's just waiting for more to kick in before they can continue on.
Well, the thing is that
or is that how the manga is too? Like
the Fairy Tail anime is relatively faithful to the manga because the manga is pretty damn far ahead.
Right.
So because remember. I don't know if you're keeping up with Fairy Tail, but the Fairy Tail anime, after a certain scene, went on hiatus for a year, I think, so, to let the manga move up a little bit more. So they're following along pretty well, but even in the manga, they're doing they started to rely on ecchi, and I'm like, now personally, my argument towards fanservice is if it's been there all the time,
like from episode 1.
From episode 1,
okay,
then you can deal with it. If it's a serious story or whatever, you can start to ignore the ecchi and just kind of like
it's part of it.
It's part of it, and you can like whatever. And then there's a story. For example, we were talking about Second of Quasar before, and as I said last it was actually the last podcast. I said that the story was really interesting because all the characters had really cool powers, but there was the whole breast milk thing, and you were very aware of that episode 1.
Oh yeah,
so
they made that like perfectly clear as to how they got their
first
abilities.
Scene, first episode, you just kind of like, all right, there it is. That's what it is. That's what it's gonna be, and you just kind of deal with it.
Or you don't.
And you stop watching.
Exactly. That's why they gave you the first episode to like, get your foot wet.
You were kicked into the ocean. There was no foot wet. The first scene was literally just woman that kidnapped like half a female student population and is just farming them. And like there's no foot wet. You get fucking German suplex right in there. But if it's like that, you can kind of like you kind of start to ignore it because you know what to expect and you can focus on the story. Same thing happens with like High School of the Dead. There was a shit ton of fan service.
Oh yeah, I mean, then again, I feel like specifically for High School of the Dead, like the genre itself wasn't as popular, so you kind of had something to keep people interested in it.
I mean, I don't know. I personally think that because there weren't many like zombie type anime.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
If anything, there weren't. I don't think there were.
Nothing as popular as
right. Obviously, nothing as popular. And I guess you're right. It did become popular for other reasons because of its ecchi.
Right.
It's a fan service, but
because it wasn't a general interest of like post-apocalyptic zombie story types. So.
I think it would have done fine on its own
without the ecchi.
Without the ecchi,
I would have loved it without the ecchi
because it was a new concept. I guess not new concept. At the time, zombies were getting pretty popular.
Yeah,
and an anime finally,
it would have been new for like the anime industry to take on like a post-apocalyptic zombie.
Right, and I think it would have been fine on its own. I mean, with the ecchi, personally, I thought it was fine. If you can ignore that,
you can't ignore that.
I mean, I could because again. I rather enjoy my fan service heavy anime.
Sometimes I mean, I found it fine. It was tolerable at most times. But then sometimes I just take myself aback during certain parts.
Well,
where I just kind of get thrown off and like, what? And like you know what? Okay, that's fine. Something epic is happening right now. I can try to ignore the intensity of the certain scene.
It's a little difficult. I'm pretty sure the scene you're referring to is the sniper shot scene.
That's one of them. The sniper shot, and then there's like the surprise boob grab one.
When he was like hyping her up, like you gotta.
I don't understand the whole hyping up part.
It's because it's. Well,
please explain because I don't even know.
Well, it's spoilers, sort of.
I mean, the whole general thing was that she was trying to get like motivated, right?
Yeah.
And what was his purpose in that motivation?
She liked him.
Yeah, but
they like did the do. They did the do.
Yeah, but so is that supposed to help motivate?
Getting her
going,
getting her engine revved.
That helps her fight.
Revving her engine.
That helps her fight with her wooden sword.
Maybe. Don't judge her.
I mean, that's true. I can't judge.
She did say she was rather moist while fighting.
There's one other anime that does revolve around a post-apocalyptic zombie.
What?
One. I don't know how it's pronounced. It's either School Live or School Live.
Oh,
that one. The cute girls with doing cute things, kind of setting there.
Well, but see, they made it interesting. They made it interesting in a different way. Instead of using ecchi, they use the whole, hey, you don't know what's real. Or I guess the main character doesn't know what's real.
Yeah, psychological.
The whole psychological thing, and, it was cool once it was revealed. And now I'm not saying that you have to use ecchi. I mean, no one has to use ecchi. And a lot of the anime community don't like fan service because it's distracting or...
It just kind of takes away from the main story.
Takes away from the main story. I think it's dumb, and to a certain degree, I do agree because it does certainly take away. A good anime that I'm trying to think that did that, but I guess outside of like High School DxD, where the focus wasn't necessarily ecchi, like to someone that can't ignore it, that would ruin the entire experience.
That's true. I mean, so what is considered to be like fan service or just ecchi in general? Because like as far as the cliche goes,
well, see, then there you go. What? Is fan service exclusive to like anime that aren't ecchi but do like cleavage shots or panty shots anyway? Or is ecchi just as I said, you know what you're getting into?
Well, yeah, ecchi. I mean, it's its own genre,
right?
So. Fan service wise, I think it's more like how they use it, how they utilize it, like in frame and also in story, like how the director wants to use the etchiness.
Okay.
So I mean, fan service takes different. Fan service is different to where it as the title entails, services for the fans. Mm-hmm. Whereas like there's anime that can be ecchi and all that, but if they solely focus on like extreme up close panty shots and like just obscurity, that's a little bit not as intense as it should be for the given anime, then that could be like a misuse of the genre that is considered fan service. Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's a good amount of ecchi, but there's not always a good amount of fan service. Well, bad fan service.
Wait, what do you mean?
I think I'm confusing myself right now.
You kind of like I was with you. Like I got what you meant, and then you said that. I'm like, wait, what?
Okay, ecchi. Okay, so for specifically ecchi is always good. There's always a good amount of ecchi.
Yeah.
But fan service will always Okay, there's always a good amount of ecchi. But fan service is I feel okay.
So are you trying to say that in an ecchi anime, you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get a lot of panties. You're gonna get a lot of titties. You're gonna get a lot of booty.
Right.
But when it comes to a regular anime that's not ecchi but shows fan service, the amount that they use can be good or bad.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm going at.
Okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt since you just woke up. But,
I mean, is there any doubt in that?
Because you didn't know what you were saying.
Yeah, no, yeah. Sure. We're recording this like right after I'm waking up from like a late night, so.
Yeah. So, but no, yes, I certainly understand that. Because I can think of a couple anime where, again, like I mentioned before with Fairy Tail, where before there was no ecchi other than just knowing that a lot of the characters have big boobs, or some of the outfits would be revealing, but it wouldn't go outside of that. They wouldn't necessarily draw attention to it. Whereas later on in the series, they damn near every filler episode they're doing something
convoluted,
and Like, I'm pretty... Actually, I specifically remember there's a lot of scenes later on in the anime where a lot of them are nude. Now, you don't actually see anything, but you just know that they're nude. Because, you know, they strip down, obviously, and, you know, they... You know, anime does its way of not showing you stuff.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like... Now, again, personally, I don't mind, but I'm like, what happened? Because obviously, I'm going to notice, like, is it... Do they feel that it's not popular enough and they have to add it, or...
Mm-hmm.
Do they have to, like... I don't know. It's a weird thing, because another one of my favorite anime called Sket Dance, that's S-K-E-T Dance. At first, it was just, you know, comedy. Imagine, like, Gintama, but in high school, because it was... Sket Dance is Gintama's, like, little sister anime. So imagine that in high school, and it's just a bunch of kids, high school kids just doing goofy shit. But later on in the show... They started using a lot of ecchi, and you know you take notice and like, is it because it's not popular, or is it because sex sells or whatever? I don't know. But
I mean, obviously it does, and look at the population rate at Japan.
Yeah, well,
they're trying their best, if anything.
Are they though?
Well,
I guess. But that also brings up the topic on good and bad fan service.
Well, cliches or just fan service in general?
Oh, I mean both, I suppose. You know, just to, I guess, piggyback off the whole fan service conversation. Mm-hmm. We talked about how anime can too much fan service can ruin an anime, so I guess that'd be bad fan service.
Yeah.
But like and then there's obviously different kinds of fan service. It's not just the sexual kind.
Yeah, it's not limited to just the ecchi kind of fan service.
Yeah, there's also like just characters being cute or boisterous coolness and them doing big flashy attacks for no reason. That's kind of fan service.
I'm trying to think of one though.
Think of
flashy attacks.
Think of Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online didn't have like barely any of the sexual kind of fan service.
No.
I mean, in one scene, but that was on purpose. Like that was for the story.
Right.
But like,
surprisingly, we actually do have some agreement. We have surprisingly we both of us have we both like SEO to some degree.
Yeah, so. I certainly enjoy it. I don't get why people bash on it so much. It's not the greatest anime in the universe, and people shouldn't tote it as such. But it's not bad. It's it's an anime. It did what it was gonna do.
It's a good watch.
It's a good watch. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's cool fight scenes. Whatever. Leave it alone.
Yeah, right.
But
you probably just lost everybody right now.
Yeah, right. You're right. Well, they like SAO. They're
trash.
We're wannabes, not real weeaboos. Fuck you.
Like as far as SEO, what do you mean by the like just the OP main character type?
Well, no, because that sometimes goes along with the story. Well, I guess it
does, but
I guess it kind of does. But there's some really unnecessary stuff that they do.
Well, it's to Kirito? Using Kirito
for him, like I'm trying to think of a good example because it's
kind of Arm Squad.
I guess so you can argue that's fan service, but one of the non-sexual fan service that I would argue is like when you see Kirito and Asuna just like existing together and not fighting. That's kind of fan service because because it's an action anime, but getting a nice look at the relationship is
But isn't it also like it also kind of gives them like a look in their downtime because they're not always fighting. They still get exhausted. So it's sort of like it's also kind of like delves into like the slice of life part of like a death game.
But it's not a slice of life.
It's not labeled as slice of life.
That's why I say there's your fan service.
If it's not labeled in there,
it's not labeled in there. It's it's. I'm not gonna say it's not. It's there for no reason, but it's like it's there for you to see.
I mean, couldn't you argue that's part of like character development, especially with those two? They're both their stories.
Well, we already know that they're in love.
Well, yeah, but then some people like myself personally would like to see progression in such
exactly. But that's your fan service.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
There you go.
That's true.
Because, like, you can see through just general story that characters will fall in love. But when you see them, like, again, if it's an action, sci-fi, whatever, romance anime, you know characters are going to fall in love or something. But when you get to see them in downtime, there's your fan service.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's what I'd argue.
No, you're right. Because like fan service is more like what the fans want,
right?
And
what the fans want to see,
especially if it's an anime that doesn't necessarily center around what people want, like like the downtime or like the size of life,
right?
And an obvious like action, fantasy, like anime. That's servicing for the fans to give them. That's not part of the whole tag list of things,
Right. But yeah, let's I feel like we've gone on about fan service a little bit long. So let's see. Let me see. Let me look at this list. Let's talk about cliche character types. So obviously there's your
all the deres.
All the deres. There's okay. Are we about to list them or?
I'm about to list the ones I know.
All right, here we go.
All right, so let's go back and forth. You and me. I'll start. Right. Kudere.
All right, we got the Kudere. Joe Mel's a big fan of that. We got the classic Tsundere.
The Kamidere.
Kamidere, the girl that thinks she's the hot chick because she's God or something. We got Himedere.
That's a princess one, right?
The princess one.
Like, comes from a rich family, very princess-like.
Yeah.
There's Yandere.
Yandere. There's, another popular one. There's something similar to Kudere, but it's...
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name, though.
Here, I'm just going to look up a list.
That's like the real quiet type, right? Or is that like the one that doesn't necessarily care at all?
Oh, the Dere.
Oh, yeah, Dere. That's like the very lovey type.
Yeah. Even if you don't know, because you're first time listener, or not first time listener, but not a veteran anime watcher. When we say, like, for example, tsundere, this means a character that is usually have kind of a tough exterior, like they're mean or kind of bitchy, to be honest.
Right.
But on the inside, they're really soft and like they might say, "Oh, I hate you. You're dumb and you're stupid." But on the inside, they really, really love you.
I mean, they're the kind of person that bullies their crush.
They bully their crush, and they can't really be honest with themselves.
No. The Kudere is someone who's just very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
They may not look like they're showing much affection, but they do it in their own subtle way, and it's very quiet.
Right.
But they show just as much love as like a tsundere, for example.
All right, so you want to take that and switch it with dandere.
Oh, it's dandere.
That's dandere.
Okay, so what's kudere?
So dandere is when they're quiet, shy, kind of harmless.
I see.
Cute glasses kind of girl that doesn't do much.
Like just in the corner somewhere.
Just kind of in the corner somewhere, but when you interacting with them, you can see their cuteness, but
right.
they're stop talking.
Like shying away.
Shying away. One of my favorites. I don't know why, but yeah, kudere is when they're expressionless.
Oh, okay.
But you can pick up some emotion. So, for example,
Nagato from Haruhi.
Yeah, she would be an example of kudere.
Yeah, because she's completely emotionless.
Completely emotionless. Or what's her face from Angel Beats?
Oh, I only know her by her angel name. Like Angel. They call her Angel, but I can't remember her name.
Kanade Tachibana.
There we go, Kanade.
Or Mashiro.
Yeah, that's true. Generally, she's more kudere because she's completely just
expressionless.
Yeah, she they give her the expression they give her is that she looks past you, not at you. So it's very. If she's not interested in you, she will literally just look past you and not be interested, which is very like heartbreaking.
What if she looks past you, Jomo?
No, I won't. I'll deny that. She looked past Sorta for a while, and no, he fought back.
There's a male version of the. I looked up a list.
Mm-hmm.
There's the male version of Himedere called the Ojidere.
That's like the prince type, right?
Yeah, prince type.
Very like high strung and like energetic to some degree.
Yeah. There's an Undere.
So like, not lovey?
Well, the description is a relatively obscure character type. The yandere combines dere, dandere, and a sprinkle of yandere. These characters say yes unto their loved ones as a way to stay close to them. What?
So they're crazy. So sprinkle yandere. So it's dere, dandere, and a sprinkle of yandere. So it's so they're quiet. They're normally to themselves.
Yeah.
But they'll be fully devoted to whoever they like.
Yeah.
And if someone else happens to interfere between them, then he'll get a little bit jealous.
So an example that they list is Misa Amane from Death Note.
Oh. Oh.
Because she, now I'm thinking about it, she does fit that. She is she's the cutesy type. She is an idol, I think. So she's dere. She's usually pretty up there. She dandere, when she's not idling, she's
very quiet.
Usually herself. Mm-hmm. Sprinkle of yandere because she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's more than a sprinkle, my friend. I mean, how many people did she kill in that notebook?
A little bit,
and not just for her own. That was all for light. That was all for the devotion of light.
Yeah,
and that's more than a sprinkle. And is there anyone else?
The other example was Minami Kotori from Love Live.
Wait, really?
I didn't watch it, so I don't know. There she is. I've never seen Love Live, so I don't know.
Wait, how the hell is Kotori a hint of hint of Andre? Oh my god, that kind of gives me a little bit of a perspective. Hold on. Okay, so if you don't know,
explain the character to me.
Oh no, if you don't know, I'm a massive Love Live fan.
Yeah, I know you're a fucking loser.
Well, they don't know that. I'm a Love Live fan, not a loser, asshole.
Hand in hand.
I'm a massive Love Live fan. And Kotori, like the character, she's a bubbly character.
Yeah.
Like
dere.
The only time I can see her, okay, so she's dere, bubbly and all that. When she's not with her, before the idol thing started, she was, very to herself, very quiet.
Dandere.
Now, as far as the yandere part of it, the only thing I could possibly think of is like whenever they piss her off and she just gets that kind of to me like for example there was a pillow fight scene where two of the members started throwing each other, and they're like, oh, what do you guys you guys should stop before someone gets hurt. And then Kotori got in the crossfire, one of them. Then you kind of just feel this intense aura of I guess death, because then that's you can see that she got pissed, and then they start throwing it back and they have fun. But that's about the only thing I could think of that could possibly be a hint of yandere. I didn't think she was an ondere.
So I think mother type characters fit into there, because you know how when any type of mom type character, they're usually they're kind of dere because they're cute,
right?
But they're obviously to themselves because they kind of have to be.
Yeah.
Either their father died or whatever. They're quiet, but they are bubbly. They're like a quiet bubble.
Quiet bubble.
But anytime...
Most bubbles are quiet.
Shut up. Anytime the characters do something wrong, they get that aura even though they're still smiling.
That's true.
So that would be the undera. So I think most of those kind of mother types would... So a good example would probably be Lukawa from...
Dragon Maid?
From Dragon Maid. She is bubbly.
Right.
But she's very to herself.
Yeah, that was before.
And when you piss her off...
She will...
She was a god.
Former dragon god.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to see those eyes angry at me.
I would want to see those eyes open.
Why? I love her eyes.
No, her eyes are great, but usually her eyes are open when she gets either pissed or there's something of interest to her that'll lead to something else.
Yeah.
And then one of them being Shota, but yeah. I love how they named him that tag.
Yeah.
It's very
fitting. Of course
fitting.
they did.
It's very fitting.
But another one they got is the Maya Dere, which explained is they're characters that begin the series as an antagonist.
Oh.
And they will fall in love with the main character, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll switch sides. So they're still evil, but they love the main character. So an example would be Death from A Comic Got Kill.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She would be a prime example of that, because she remains evil till the end of the anime.
Yeah, but she
absolutely loves the main character.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess another example would be, now I didn't watch all of okay, you would know this. Iliasville von Eisenberg.
Oh, wait, she's a
She they characterize her as Mayadare.
Really?
The antagonist that loves the main character.
I thought she was more like a Hime-dere, just because, you know, just because of her background. Iliasville, like the little girl, not Irisville.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Who? I mean, there's picturing Death, but I don't know. I don't remember who.
I'm trying to see
This one, yeah.
Yeah, it's Iliasville. That's the little one. Iliasville.
So
Her daughter.
She's the daughter
of Irisville.
Wait, you're saying these names as okay. She's a Fate Clyde main character.
Yeah, Fate Clyde main character.
The lolly bait. Gotcha.
Excuse me.
Am I wrong?
She's a very powerful mage.
Am I wrong?
She's a very powerful.
Am I wrong?
She's a very powerful.
Am I wrong?
She's a very powerful mage.
See, you see how he can't deny it. So then they have the Bodere, which is, I guess, a new type, as they say. It combines the violent nature of the tsundere with the shyness of the dandere. The Boderes are usually shy around the opposite sex, and lash out to hide their embarrassment.
I know one already, but off the top of my head.
You probably do. They probably have it listed from the person you're thinking about.
Probably.
The girl from Working?
Yep. Yeah. Prime example right there. I think that's the only example I can think of right now. Unless it's...
There's a character from MM.
Oh, yeah! Well, I mean, that's because... I thought she was doing it just because of his fetish.
No. The purple hair girl. She was afraid of men.
Oh, right. They're both afraid of men.
Right. But, I mean, that's generally...
Wait, how about the one... How about the... There's also the, like, this old-ass anime. The angel.
Dokuro-chan?
There you go, Dokuro-chan.
She wouldn't really be she's not...
She killed him every time.
But she's...
And brought him back to life.
You're right. I guess she would fit.
Like, even though, like, she when she was embarrassed, she would bat his head off with her spike bat.
But she's really bubbly, though.
So, Undere? Well, she's not Yandere, though.
But she's not... Well, isn't she, though?
I mean, there's Yandere, and then there's just plain old sadistic.
Yeah. But we know sadistic characters.
Yeah, but they're not Yandere. Yandere kind of has that obsessive quality.
You're right.
You know, just a little bit of it.
I guess, I don't know. I don't really know what to...
Wait, isn't there... I feel like there should be a dere for, like, the cool, calm, collective main character type. Unless that's just a normal character type at all. Like, for example, this guy, Yuji Kazumi from
But he doesn't have a dere.
He's not dere at all? Oh, yeah.
Think about it. He's not dere at all.
Is there like a... Well, he's very comedic. Like, he's comedic,
he'll
but crack jokes.
Dere. See, dere implies there's some cuteness. There's no cuteness in him.
I find his funniness cute. No.
That was trained.
He was trained to be... He was
literally trained to be who he is.
He was trained to throw puns out.
Yes.
And to throw bad jokes out.
Yes, he was.
Okay, I'll give you that.
So there's two more. There's the Hine dere. This takes the icy nature of the Kudere and combines it with the arrogant attitude of the Kamidere. Hine dere characters are very cynical and sarcastic, but will show their soft side when a character breaks through their shell.
I can't think of one right now.
Hachiman Hikigaya from Snafu. That's there.
The Hachiman?
The Hachiman.
What's the name of it again?
Snafu.
No, the dere.
Hine dere.
Hine dere? So it's just like, okay, so quiet, violent. Well, it's not necessarily violent, but he's just he's aggressive. Oh, I can see it. I see it. Ah. I didn't think he was a dere type. I didn't think he was a dere at all. I didn't even think that.
Yeah.
Oh, is there another character they list on there?
No, he's the only one.
He's the only one.
He's the only one. I honestly can't think of anyone else.
Yeah, it's a unique kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, I guess you just have to think of, like, who's a kind of quiet but kind of shitty personality, but on the inside they're really soft.
It's a lot of complicated,
pretty complicated
emotions right there.
Yeah. I can't think of anyone.
Yozora?
From
Yozora.
Oh.
Let's break this down. So
Yozora from
Hanagai.
From Boku wa Tomodachi no Sukunai.
Also shortened for Hanagai.
Also shortened to Hanagai.
English title is I Don't Have Many Friends.
Yeah.
Let's break this down. So the Kudere part.
Kudere, she is
relatively quiet.
Relatively quiet and kind of expressionless.
Tsundere. Right? Is
it's
Tsundere part of it? Or is it
Kudere and
Kamidere?
Kamidere.
Oh, okay.
She
does
have that. She does seem to have a superiority complex, or at least when it comes to Senna.
Yeah, that's true.
And everyone else, because she
is it everyone else? Was it because, or was it just the whole club thing?
Well, she doesn't she thinks everyone else is shitty.
Oh, okay. So does that count then?
I guess it would count.
Because if she thinks everyone else is shitty, she obviously thinks that she's not.
Right.
It's kind of like how Hachiman is kind of just cynical about the world and everyone else around him.
Right.
So, yeah, that's one.
There's also I just thought of a good one.
What anime?
Also from Snafu, the girl, she was just like that.
Which one?
From Snafu.
Yeah, which one?
The main girl, the long hair, black hair one.
Oh.
She was just like Hachiman essentially. Kudere and Kamidere, because she thought everyone else was shitty. Cynical as hell.
Yeah.
They were essentially the same person.
Yeah. Personally, I don't know. Personally, I didn't want that relationship to develop.
It didn't.
Personally. Oh.
I don't think it did.
I hope.
I don't. I think I finished the second season, but for some reason I don't have any memory of doing so. So I might have to take a second visit. But I think he ended up with some side character.
No, he didn't end up with anybody.
Oh, he didn't?
It's still on the little cliffhanger of emotions and knowing what to do.
Never mind then.
You're gonna have to read the light novel for that.
And then the last one that they have listed is the Sado Dere, which are sadistic characters that get off on touring with characters on an emotional and physical level. If they find a love interest, they better be a masochist who can take a beating.
Jesus Christ.
Examples would be Nemesis from To Love Ru, Kurumi Tokisaki from Date Alive.
Oh, she's my favorite.
And Kirihime Natsuno from Dog and Scissors.
Oh, is that the...
I think she's the main girl with the scissors.
Yeah. I gotta finish that. I stopped in the middle of that.
Same, actually. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I couldn't relate to
the dog
main character. I don't know.
I mean, he still had the mindset of his human, so...
Yeah, but it was
a dog body.
It felt weird.
It felt weird being a dog?
Because I wanted to root for their relationship but
it's a dog. Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
One that they didn't list was Tsum Tsum, which I guess is...
I mean, it's not a dairy, though.
It's not.
It's complete Tsum.
I mean, it kind of is.
But there's no dairy. That's why it's tsundere.
There's a little dairy.
Not really.
It's not in the name, but there's a little bit.
I mean, maybe not official, but I guess there is some hidden dairy.
You have to dig for it. You have to really dig for it.
In between the line kind of thing.
Because so Tsum is a person that's essentially mean to everyone else, but is mean to herself because she's mean to everyone else.
More so towards her crush, even more.
Yeah, exactly.
And I realized something.
What?
Both of our waifus are very similar in character types. Think about it. Because I realized that. I was like, oh, because I was thinking about our last podcast about our waifus, and I'm like, wait a minute. Kotami is fairly... I feel like Kotami and Masha will get along just well because of how they are normally. And I was like... I guess they're actually really similar.
Yeah, I suppose that they are.
I get good taste.
Yeah.
Because I was remembering how you talked about like how she's just quiet and just in the library doing her thing, and she's also like a super mega genius.
Yeah.
Whereas like Masho, she's also very quiet. She gets into her work. I mean, granted, she's also she has autism.
Yeah.
And all that, but she's still one of those like heavily unapproachable characters because of who they are normally.
Right.
Like they wouldn't like both of our waifus couldn't necessarily be approached to normally without a either intrusive or very interesting main character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Huh. I honestly didn't even think about that.
You ever thought about like just because I found it very similar.
I don't know how I feel about that, Jamal.
Why?
I don't know how to feel about that.
You don't know how you feel about sharing saying waifu quality types.
Yes, because you're a pedophile, Jamal.
Excuse me, Mashiro's 17 at the end of the series.
Yeah, but you liked the Fate series when you started watching.
Yes, I might have watched Fate Clyde first, but I wasn't in for the magical girls. Plus, I didn't know how to get into Fate. Remember, I told you I didn't know how to get into Fate, so I started with something light.
Fate Zero.
I
guess Fate Zero is not very light.
Yeah, exactly. I want to get something lighthearted, so because I remember seeing like small clips of Carnival Phantasm, like maybe it's pretty fun, and then found out Fate Clyde. I'm like it's pretty. This is. I had no idea what was going on, obviously, because I'm like, what the hell are these creatures?
Especially when it started making out, and you're like, oh man, this is hot.
Well, I mean, I knew exactly what was going on. They were making out, but there was still some unknown factors I need to get into. But that's besides the point.
You know what? I'm looking back. I think I've called you a pedophile on every one of these podcasts.
You have, yes. I don't want to be labeled as such on this podcast. I don't want to be known as the pedophile of this podcast.
Too late.
No, I'm not a pedophile. You like cute things too. Remember, it's like you said. Remember what you said. As long as you have an affinity towards cute things in a non-sexual manner.
Yeah, but see, that's why you avoid when those cute things are put in a sexual manners.
And? Yeah.
So you can appreciate your cute things.
Yeah.
And you deny the sexual things.
Yeah.
But you went ahead and watched Fate Clyde.
Well, I'm sorry. Am I supposed to just like skip over like the whole episode?
Not the whole episode, the whole anime. But I'm sorry, you got a little sideswiped with the truth.
Oh, excuse me.
Is
there any other dairies that's listed, or was the last one?
That was all that was listed there. I feel like there's a few more, but a lot of those were like reaching for
some sort.
Oh, here we go. Here's one. The Yangire. Or Yangire?
Explain.
The Yangire is a type of character whose personality is like Yandere. In the beginning, they seem to be kind and friendly, but as time passes, Yangire characters' personality changes. They become more aggressive, usually from mental illness or a moonstruck. Anyway, personality changes can be because of jealousy, irritation, or even a checkered past.
What character do they list on there?
I'm assuming Haruna Niekawa from Durarara 2.
I'm not familiar, unfortunately.
A good example of that would be, I just had her in my head. Katonaha from School Days.
Oh, yes. Yeah, okay, yeah, no, yeah, you're right.
She would be a Yangire.
Yeah.
Because she was normal at first, and then
tragically,
and then got shit on.
Yeah.
And
she didn't deserve that.
She didn't. Then there's the Kanedere.
Okay.
Kanedere is a type of character who cares more about your money, power, and possessions, and could care less about your personality and behaviors towards them.
So basic gold digger?
Basically a gold digger. They have mixed feelings or contradictory ideas about someone that they love.
What characters did they list on this? I certainly haven't seen any character like that. Unless
they list the blue-haired girl from Toradora, but I don't I feel like that doesn't make sense because she straight up liked the main character.
Yeah, she was just more
And
so.
she was a model herself. She didn't need money.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, she was just more so like a bitch towards Taiga.
Right.
So
I
I don't think that's
don't. I don't
necessarily
think that
accurate.
one fits.
Yeah.
Because she was definitely head over heels for him.
I can't think of any character that's like that. Like,
Now,
offhand.
they might be they're not reaching, but they're like finding a super specific character. I don't know if you ever watched Medeka Box, but
So you're asking me or like?
I'm asking, I guess both of you, both you and the listeners.
Yes, I've seen Medeka.
All right, so
both seasons too.
So in Medeka Box, there's a character named Mogana Kaijima. She's the one that swims and is all about the money.
I can't come up with a face.
She's the treasurer from
the student council.
For the student council that they elected us from the student council.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She would be a good example because she cares about nothing but money. But you never see her like anything other than her
money.
Brothers.
Oh, brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I don't think it's considered like that anymore.
I mean, if she fell in love with someone, she might, or I don't know.
She might ask them what their net worth is.
Yeah. So she might take that into account.
I thought that'd be for a different reason at that point. More like she actually just likes the.
But it fits.
Oh no, it does. Yeah, it does. It does.
Oh man, they got a couple here. All right. So the rest of this might just be listing Deres, if you're fine with that. So we got a Haji Dere.
Okay.
This is a type of character whose face gets red in front of others. They tend to blush a lot, causing them difficulty in confessing their feelings. They are known to be the shy types. The blush is involuntary and triggered by embarrassment or romantic situation.
That's very specific.
That's
very specific.
That's very specific, but there are a lot of characters that fit into that.
Exactly. It's very specific, but it's very like it's sort of a trope already as it is.
A cliche.
It's a cliche, yeah.
So I would say a lot of, okay, maybe not necessarily a lot of female main characters, but always the type that usually the main character likes at first, and then there's usually some other girl that comes in that is maybe tsundere or something that they end up liking. From Sakura-so, that would be his the friend.
Yeah.
She was the blushy type. Or kind of blushy type.
Oh, she was the embarrassing type. Like she was the one you always got embarrassed about certain things.
And she couldn't express her feelings. Mm-hmm. Another example is Kosaki Onodera from Nisekoi. She was that type.
Kosaki, true best girl.
True best girl. I don't know why they went with fucking Tsundere McGee, but
Popular vote, I guess.
Huh?
Popular vote. I mean.
If you want popular vote, Onodera won.
No, there was they did polls.
They did a poll?
Yeah, they always at least with the manga, they always did like monthly polls or something, and it switched between like Kosaki and her. Like these would be live polls, like they give out, and then people will vote onto who's their favorite.
And it would always just
It would switch between those two like every other month.
But she ended up winning. The other one, okay.
I mean, that's probably how they ended up deciding the ending, because of by fan vote or by fan decision, and like by majority of fans would prefer
right. I mean, again, well, I have a personal problem with Nisekoi. Maybe it's because at the time I was just tired of I got a little fed up with harem animes that did this where it was like super shallow.
Well, shallow isn't like just not much substance. It was
no. It's like so. All right, so obviously the main character likes this girl, obviously,
right?
And pretty early on in the anime, you get the hint that she likes him too. They're just shitty and can't express their feelings,
right?
So it's cute. So eventually it would have happened, but because of this key, he's like, no, now I don't know who I love. I'm like, what? Are you serious? Like that's what I mean by shallow. It just felt like there was no reason to be confused.
Yeah, true. It's like a added, like forced added conflict.
Forced added conflict. Like I get like you wanted to find out who gave it to you so you can like connect with them or something, but like that shouldn't have influenced who you. I mean, I guess it can. I can understand why it would influence who you liked, but not when you know.
You know, this actually brings up like a last cliche for us,
What?
Like the childhood friend versus the new girl kind of.
Oh
thing.
yeah. In my opinion, like, I almost feel like it makes sense that when the childhood friend should win, unless you're saying like, oh, this girl's like super interesting and like the main character takes a shine to her. Like I get that, and it's happening in Darling in the Franxx.
Yep.
So the main character was they're childhood. He was childhood friends with this one girl that, I mean, they don't know what like love or anything like that is, or I guess they kind of know, but they don't really know.
You're talking about Darling in the Franxx, right?
Darling in the Franxx.
Yeah.
So you can tell like from the first episode the girl has feelings for him, but he's just kind of like you can't play in the Franxx, and then this fucking horny girl shows up. He's like, come with me. I'm going to kiss you and you're going to pilot this robot. And he's like, I can pilot with her, so I'm going to go with her. So
I mean, that's more of an objective reason to do it.
It is an objective reason, but
going back to like something like Nisekoi, that was more so like
they
out of nowhere.
They were forced to get.
Well, they were also forced to get, but then.
But like yeah, you're right. In Darling in the Franxx, that was more of a objective, which makes sense that it turns subjective. That Nisekoi was too forced for me.
But the overall like childhood friend versus new girl, there's always a favor toward. I mean, the favorable ending is always with the new girl.
It's always with the new girl.
I only know one other anime that actually ended up with a childhood friend.
I think it was Shuffle.
Oh yeah, Shuffle's one of them.
Yeah.
But another one was the Koi to Senkyo to Chocolate one. I feel like you know this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I watched some of it, but I didn't get a chance to finish it. Shit, I did want to finish that one, but I didn't. I just never got to it.
That was a really weird series of anime. But besides the point.
The reason why I remember why.
What, chocolate?
You know what they did?
What?
One of us is your sister.
No.
Wasn't that?
No, it wasn't.
I thought they did.
No, it was more like they grew up together and the one called him Oni-chan and all that, and that was like no. The main heroine's brother looked like him. Like they're like that, or like they were best friends, and then he died somewhere. Oh, and then she relied on him.
I guess I don't remember the anime at all. I'm thinking of a different one. But anyway, yeah. So, in my opinion, it makes more sense for the childhood friend to win, unless this new girl is just interesting beyond all reason.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that manic pixie dream girl.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, it just, there's so much, I guess you could argue that there's too much familiarity.
What, with the childhood friend?
Yeah. Like, since you grew up together, you're like...
you don't want it to be given. It's not supposed to be given.
Yeah.
So they have to... I mean... In an anime setting, there's always going to be the usual, like, best girl award and all that.
Right, of course.
But, like... I find it's not fair sometimes.
It's not. It's really not.
Like, they have... Like, this is, like, time versus, like, time versus a like, spontaneous personality here.
Right.
And then that can divide, like, the main character and all that.
And it's just...
Like, look at, Koi to Uso, for example.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my god.
I mean, that has some legal implications into it, too.
Right, but, like, that's so shitty. Oh my god. So... Alright, this isn't much of a spoiler. I believe it's the synopsis of the anime.
Yeah, it's synopsis.
So, in this fantasy Japan, there's a law in place. Specifically so people could have children.
Yeah, birth rate.
Birth rate thing. So, you would be assigned your life partner based on
there's a system. Like,
based on some system.
Yeah. And
generally you'd be very compatible. Like, you have good conversations. You just kind of naturally kind of fall into each other.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the system was actually really good.
The system really worked.
Yeah.
But, so the main character started liking this other girl that like essentially a school idol of his.
Yeah, this is before he was given a partner.
Before he was given a partner, and like you could feel it. Like they even confessed to each other, and it was great. And on the night of them like confessing to each other, and, like making out and shit, he got the text like, "Hey, here's your partner," and I'm like.
I mean, he even hoped that it was her, too.
He seriously hoped it was her, but he got somebody else, which he does. He is very compatible with. They as soon as they met, they were just, okay, not as soon as they met, but like, once they started like
getting to know each
other, they were just like two peas in a pod.
And it's conflicting to me because I like her too.
Yeah,
like
they're both fucking great. And it's just, and then like the best friend likes him, and then he's paired with her, and then it's like I can't do it. That's one of the animes that I had to jump out of because it was too dramatic. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Oh my god, did that make me hurt? But so yeah, I think it makes more sense that the main character ends up with their childhood friend. Specifically because you know each other. I don't get the whole, you know, you date, you meet and you start dating immediately. There's got to be history. You gotta
dig in.
You gotta dig in a little bit, and they're already dug. So just fucking get together. Stop being shitty. Or I guess in our example of Nisekoi, they weren't really childhood friends, but you know they already liked each other. It almost feels like you're betraying them. When you switch,
you are.
And then Tulaveru was a culprit of this too, because he liked the purple hair girl, and the Lala fell into his house.
Yeah, but Momo solved the problem with the harem project.
You know, I have a problem with that anyway.
Hey,
he obviously only likes the two of them.
True.
And then everyone else is just extra.
Well, yeah, but Momo wants to share his love with everybody.
Yeah, but he doesn't necessarily.
No, I kind of do wish that it does end up with that scenario because it's still going.
Yeah.
So
I don't want him to end up in a harem. I don't mind harems. I like harems because you know I'm a fucking piece of shit. But like his harem's fucking huge.
It is huge,
and that's just too much to manage. Because I'll start to feel bad. You know, imagine yourself in that position. Like it's great. I got all these girls fucking
15 waifus
huffing over my dick. But then, you know, you take a shine to one, and now here's everybody else. Like I would start to feel bad.
That's your fault at that point.
Is it though?
Yes.
You're human. You can. I mean, if you
know exactly what you're getting into.
Look, if you can, he's being forced into it. What are you talking?
He's not denying it.
It's because he's an idiot. He can't deny it because he doesn't want to hurt anyone. But I feel like he's gonna hurt people anyway. Because unless he can truly spread his love, and I'm not saying that he can't, but currently, it doesn't seem like he can.
Yeah, no, he can. I really do believe he can. Even in the hentai doujin, he does.
Well, that doesn't count. It just seems like he's mostly focused on Lala and Haru, which is the other girl.
Yeah,
like that. Those are his main intentions to actually like romantically love. Everyone else is like.
Jumped right in.
Everyone else is more like, oh, they're my friends, and I know that they like me, or maybe he doesn't know that they like him, but he sees this harem thing as if we don't have this harem, they're all going to go away, and I don't want my friends to go away, so let's do it. That's what I see it as. He has two romantic interests, but everyone else is a friend.
Well, yeah,
that he doesn't want to go away.
I mean, it'll start with two, and then it'll just branch out.
Will it, though?
Yes.
Has it?
I do believe so.
Has it?
I believe.
Does he truly like Golden Darkness?
I do.
I mean, I do too. But, like, does he love her like he does everyone else? Or does he just, like, he cares for her? Because there's a difference.
Both.
No. He doesn't romantically love her. He cares about her greatly.
Oh, that can develop into actual love.
But will it? Has it? She was introduced pretty damn early.
She was. I mean...
She was the third one.
She tried to kill him. Initially. That's usually a pretty big, like... that's a
Okay,
have a first impression.
By second season, you know, she was living with him or whatever was going on.
Yeah, because you know he's an idiot and he believed the fact that she's living there for her mission.
Well, whatever. I think he's going to end up hurting someone.
Okay, so he might end up hurting someone, but I do think that he will make things right by actually sharing his love with everybody.
No, I don't think.
You don't think so?
Now he won't be being true to himself. Because we know as viewers that he likes Lala and Haru.
Right now. I'm saying...
I mean, unless something changes. I mean, I haven't watched the third season, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm pretty open to him opening up his mind even beyond those two. I mean, granted, that's a shitty thing to say, but, he cares for all of them to some degree.
Right,
that's the base thing.
Right,
That's the base
understand
thing.
that, right.
And I do want to believe that all of that will escalate, not at the same time, but it'll escalate one by one until the whole harem is set up and he's the king of Deviluk.
If that happens, I'll be fine. But currently, it seems like someone's going to get hurt.
Well, that can't be avoided right now.
Exactly.
But I still believe. He's still young.
If it happens.
Remember, he's still in high school,
Just
so...
saying, if it happens. If it happens.
Can it just end already? I want the manga to end already.
It's been going for a while.
I want to see that. I want to see that ending.
But how's it going to end? Is he going to be like, look,
you know,
I care about you all, but
I'm gay. He falls down with a general dude instead. Yeah. Oh God.
You know, I'd be so excited if any anime ended like that. Like he'd be like, you get this dense main character, all the girls like him, and he's like, you know, yeah, I care about you, you know, blah 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 blah. You know, you're a beautiful person. You should blah blah blah. They fall in love deeper, blah 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 blah. At the end, he's like, maybe they confess their feelings one by one. He turns them all down, and all the girls meet, and they're like, he turned me down, he turned me down, dude. Like, and everyone's like weirded out because they thought this one girl would win because, you know, whatever. She's a new girl. And then they just see him going with some other dude, and they're like, shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure viewers would be pissed, but I think it'd be funny.
I mean, hell yeah.
But, yeah, we're not talking about breaking cliches here. We're talking about cliches.
But as always, my name is Jamel Socorro.
My name's John Gaddis.
And we are the wannabeaboos podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest anime news, reviews, and waifus for life. This is podcast number 3? Technically?
4.
No, we're not including the pilot, are we? It's 3 technically.
No, this...
Is it 3 or 4? No. 4.
The first one was...
I'm messing up our picture.
Not the pilot. The first one was... It wasn't... Was the first one a Crunchyroll one?
No. Well, the first one? Yes.
Then we did...
Waifus.
So Trinity.
And
that was last.
So
this is our third. This is our third official one.
Okay, so I'll start over.
In our fourth video.
There you go. So, as always, my name is Jamel Socorro.
My name's Dream Geddes.
And we are the wannabeaboos podcast, bringing you the latest and greatest anime news, reviews, and waifus for life. This is podcast number 3.
Officially.
And I want to say thank you for listening.
And we will talk to you next time.
Good night. Or good morning.
Yeah.
Wherever you are in the world.